Yo, yo, yo. Movie Mystics, it's an exciting day. I had the final wave of the 2023 edition of Fantasia Fest movies to talk to you about today. So let's get right to it without any further ado. Fantasia's 27th edition to award Nicolas Cage closed with the world premiere of RKSS's We Are Zombies. So, for the third time in my life, I will see Nicolas Cage in person. In the flesh. This is unbelievable, guys. I can't believe this is happening. I saw him in 2019. I interviewed him in 2019 on the red carpet of Color Out of Space, and that was cool. Got some audio. Used it on the radio, put it on YouTube, very cool. Then last year, I talked about the red carpet of Butcher's Crossing at the Toronto International Film Festival. Got video, way cooler, even better, right? We're talking about Sweeney Westerns, talking about Sergio Corbucci, I'm calling him a deity. All this groovy stuff. And now he's getting a Lifetime Achievement Award at Fantasia Fest. So now I will see him in another city. I've seen him so many times, I'll have seen him in 2 cities. This is nuts, guys. I can't believe this. I'm very excited. It's the novelty doesn't wear out for movie stars, if you're a movie star, right? Anywho, so, world premiere of numerous feature debuts from acclaimed short film talents. North America premieres of Amanda Del Eu's Semaine de la Critique, Grand Prix winner Tiger Stripes. Sam H. Friedman and Nij Chun Ping's Berlinale sensation Femme. Yoshimi Itatsu's The Concierge, Quarks' Pandemonium, Lei Hei-yun's Phantom, and Jimmy Lepore Tresor's Rascals are among the highlights of the festival's mammoth third wave of titles. I'm getting better with the accents, getting better with the pronunciation. The extremes, I'm telling you, they're helping. Anyways, so this is hot off the press today, maybe like an hour or two ago. The Fantasia International Film Festival will be celebrating its 27th edition with a large and varied program of screenings, workshops, and launch events running from July 20th through August 9th, 2023, taking place at Concordia Hall Cinema, with additional screenings at JA Deceive Cinema, Cinémathèque Québécois, and Cinema de Musique. Guys, you gotta check out Cinema de Musique. That's a classy joint. I highly dig it. Ticket pre-sales will open Saturday, July 15th at 1 p.m. Okay, now we know. I will have a press pass. I will not be buying any tickets. Hopefully, though, you will be. And you can see me say, yo, you're the movie mystic. I'm a movie mystic too. And I'll give you a high five. Please also consult the attached supplemental document for an overview of this year's wide-ranging short film programming. The festival website is now live with a complete lineup of over 120 features and 200 plus shorts available to be explored. So, guys, yeah, I've already checked out the schedule. Obviously I haven't decided everything I'm going to watch while I'm there, but I've seen everything that's going to play while I'm there. And I also got my first screener for a Fantasia Fest movie. It happens to be playing during the fest, so that opens up some time. So you never know. We'll see what happens. All right, there he is. He's the man, Nicolas Cage. Career Achievement Award, Nicolas Cage. In over 40 years in film, Nicolas Cage has brought a wide variety of unforgettable people to life in works that are as memorable as the characters he portrayed, with textured performances that have been among the most exciting and unique from anyone in the last 4 decades. Ain't that the truth, Ruth? So, more so than that, Cage is drawn to films and filmmakers that take these people and the audiences on unforgettable, often risk-taking journeys, be they dark dramas such as Leaving Las Vegas or Bringing Out the Dead, Joe or Pig, wild comedies such as Raising Arizona, Vampire's Kiss, action favorites, Con Air, Face Off. Ooh, we saw Face Off last year on 35mm. That was a memorable experience with John Woo in the house. Or such fearless masterworks as Wild at Heart, love it, and Mandy, love it, love it. Films that mix the true and fantastic into indelible works of popular cinematic art. And now, at the world premiere of Sympathy for the Devil and another classic Cage performance. Fantasia is honored to present this year's Cheval Noir Career Achievement Award to this remarkable performer responsible for bringing life some of the most fascinating people to grace the big screen and some of the most extraordinary films ever made. It's not an overstatement. Wild at Heart, love it. Mandy's great. Bringing Out the Dead, Raising Arizona, Mandy. The Face Off. They list some of the greats right there. Some of the great performances and some of the great films of the cinematic canon. So that's quite an image. What do we got here? Official closing film. RKSS comes home with We Are Zombies. The 27th edition of the festival will end on an especially riotous note with the world premiere of We Are Zombies, the latest from internationally beloved Quebecois cult collective RKSS, summer of '84. Francois Simard, Anouk Wissel, and Johann Carl Wissel. Based on the comics Les Zombies qui ont mangé le monde, the zombies that ate the world. Okay. Je mange toi. The film is set in a society where zombies referred to as living impaired roam among us with no urge to eat flesh. The film stars Megan Peda Riverdale, Alexander Nashi, Derek Johns. Also on board is RKSS mainstay Jean-Philippe Bernier, handling both cinematography and the pulsing electro soundtrack with his duo, Lamatos. Okay. RKSS came of age at Fantasia, first in our audience and then on our screen, with their early short films becoming instant crowd favorites. Their debut, Turbo Kid, emerged from Frontier, premiered at Sundance, and quickly attained rabid cult status across the world. Nothing makes us prouder than to close our 27th edition with the world premiere of the third feature, A Special Homecoming, with RKSS returning to their earliest audience. All right, Miss Apocalypse. There she is. There's Miss Apocalypse. Miss Apocalypse reigns in the new millennium. Young Mi works as a bookkeeper for a tech factory where her awkward disposition has earned her the nickname Miss Apocalypse. Secretly infatuated with a co-worker named Do Young, she is shocked when she finds out that he has been embezzling company money, but ultimately chooses to cover his tracks. Okay, on the last day of 1999, Do Yun turns himself in, and they are both sentenced to jail. When Yeon Mi is released a few months later, Do Young's beautiful wife is waiting for her with a compelling offer. Director Lim Sen-A, an old lady, returns with a poignant and profoundly human drama about courage and new beginnings. Sounds fine. No, it sounds cool. A wildly individualistic, deeply personal comedy of discomfort, Hippo. Loosely based on Hippolytus, Hippo hilariously examines the coming of age of two homeschooled step-siblings, Hippo, a video game-addicted teenager, and Buttercup, a Hungarian immigrant with a love of classical music and Catholicism. Oh, strange couple. Achingly funny and deeply perverse, this uncomfortable yet endearing comedy is steeped in pain and melancholy, with a pair of unique performances at its core. Think Nanny's Todd Solondz with a nightmare Wes Anderson aesthetic, the featured directorial debut of writer-director Mark H. Rappaport, producer of The Scary of 61st and Pledge. Also stars Elysia Roberts and Jesse Pimentel. Executive produced by Danny McBride. Oh my god, David Gordon Green and Jody Hill. Wow. So that's big. Danny McBride and David Gordon Green. I have seen them in person at the Halloween red carpet. And I got a funny story that just popped into my mind that I don't have the courage to share. About what someone sitting next to me said about Danny McBride. I just don't have the courage, even though I'm going to annoyingly bring it up, that I have a funny story about him. Embrace the monster within the roaring tiger stars. The first among her group of friends to hit puberty, 12-year-old Zefan, feels her body changing in the small rural village of Malaysia where her life is structured around the rules of school and Muslim faith. This could become a problem, a monstrous problem. The first Malaysian film to win the Grand Prix, prize at Cannes, La Semaine de la Critique, Amanda Nell Ew's Tiger Stripes is a delightful addition to the canon of feminist, horror-tinged, coming-of-age films. A circuit debut that showcases an infectious, rebellious filmmaking spirit and a DIY energy that comes once in a blue moon. All right. Getting some different flavors. Getting some different flavors. And it's always cool to see genre movies from other parts of the world. I've said this before. I like seeing how other countries interpret, stuff we're used to. Genre movies. How they express it. It's like a universal language, genre movies, but everyone has a different way of speaking it. Everyone has a different way to go about it. What they choose to emphasize certain cultural norms that are spookier than others. What they respond to is always interesting. And I dig it very much. So a gripping character-driven thriller that packs heart-stopping surprise and new life. A mysterious woman, Haley Aaron, is on the run. A fixer, Sonia Walger, is assigned to bring her in, and the stakes of the pursuit rise to apocalyptic proportions. Writer-director John Rosman's new life is a thriller that doubles as an unexpected emotional powerhouse with its dimensioned, atypical duo both struggling to learn the what and why of their circumstances. New Life keeps the viewer on edge as its many layers begin to unravel, conjuring considerable tension in unpredictable ways. For the producers of Something in the Dirt and the Mortuary Collection, well, I like Something in the Dirt quite a lot. I don't know the Mortuary Collection. Trustworthy producer. Unmask the Phantom. In the 1930s, a dark time in Korean history. Yeah. During the Japanese colonization of Korea in 1933, anti-occupation groups resist the oppression of the ruthless imperial government. After a failed assassination attempt on the newly appointed Governor General, Security Chief Kaito leads an investigation to hunt down an expert spy known only as the Phantom. 5 prime suspects are then locked inside a remote hotel and forced to prove their innocence. Lee Hae-young returns to the festival with an edge-of-your-seat spy thriller featuring a who's who of insanely talented actors. Damn. You got Decision to Leave People, you got Squid Game, you got Parasite, you got Extreme Job, and you got Idol. I haven't seen Squid Game somehow, but I have seen Decision to Leave, Parasite, and Extreme Job. And they cool. And I haven't seen Idol. A tense revenge thriller reinterpretation, Femme. Performing as Aphrodite Banks, Jules has become one of London's most celebrated drag artists. After a show, he sets out to get some cigarettes when he is brutally attacked by a gang of racist homophobes. Jules withdraws from the drag race entirely, traumatized and despondent. Months later, while at a gay sauna, he recognizes a familiar face, his attacker, Preston, whom he starts dating, hatching a plan for revenge. Sam Freeman and N.G. Chun Bing's debut, Femme, is a jaw-dropping thriller, but built around the notion of code-switching along sexual orientation, but also racial and ideological lines. A perfectly calibrated queer thriller is the first that's higher trauma narrative, and instead of focuses on drag, is a powerful force. Okay. I would have to see it. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot going on right there. That's a mouthful. Ooh, no, that's an image right there. Look at that. Look at that kitty. Boogie will have you coughing up more than just fur balls. Mary Dodderman's short film Wakey Wakey took Fantasia by storm when it internationally premiered in the Born of Woman showcase in 2019. She's now back with her feature Booger, a dark comedy about lost cats, grief, and millennial despair. Anna's best friend Izzy just died, and her landlord won't stop calling about rent. As her life falls apart, she's bitten by Izzy's cat Booger and starts to get stranger every day. She's hungry for canned fish, she keeps swallowing her hair, and her predator instincts are out of control. I have a family member who is very into cats, and I think I can convince him to watch this. One of these days, in the right mood. He's not a big. I said he, but I didn't say who it is. This guy's not a big genre movie fan, but maybe he is. I don't know. Maybe I could convince him. Maybe. The animals are always right in anime gem The Concierge. The word no doesn't exist in a concierge dictionary. That's just one of the demanding rules that Aquino must abide by in her new job as a concierge at the elegant and expansive Arctic department store, where the customers are all animals and the most valued among them are of extinct species. This anime gem adapts the much-loved manga Populated by all manner of creatures, great small concierge is a colorful, comical, compassionate treasure of bespoke anime, boasting animation production by Production IG and a script by Satomi Oshima, making the feature film debut of gifted director Yoshimi Itasu. And he had a movie played in Fantasia. Okay. A North American premiere. A pack of failed clowns had their moment in Mad Irish Chaos comedy Apocalypse Clown. Wow, sounds like Apocalypse Now. I never knew you could. That's some solid, some solid word games right there. A troupe of failed clowns and an intrepid reporter embark on a lunatic road trip of self-discovery after a mysterious solar event plunges the world into anarchy in what may be the funniest and only clowns in catastrophe movie ever made. Yeah, I can't think of any other ones. A decade after the hilarious Discoverable, Irish director, co-writer George Kane reteams with Demian Fox, Shane O'Brien, and James Wilmsley of comedy rock band Dead Cat Bounce with this insane and original chaos comedy freak out that pays tribute to clowning as much as it skewers it. International premiere. Oh my god. Better the devil you know than the devils you don't. It's quite a badass image right there. Motivated by anger, revenge, homicide detective Jay Wan is hell-bent on taking down a dangerous serial killer named Jin Hyuk. During a frenzied chase, Jay Yuan finally captures the perpetrator, but a disastrous accident sends him to the hospital. Upon waking, Jay Yuan finds something something is terribly off. He now looks and sounds like Jin Yuak. Director Kim Jae-hoon makes his feature debut with the face-off inspired body swap thriller Devils. Perfect for the Nick Cage year. An over-the-top, thoroughly entertaining thrill ride starring Oh Dae-won opposite Jean Don-won, Partridge Wolf Hunting. Hey, maybe he was on this show because I did an interview with some of the actors of that movie. This podcast, I should say, in a gory cinematic showdown for the ages. Fickle Friendship and Clay Creations, Fantastic Golem Affairs. Rudderless bachelor Juan and his best friend David play charades on the rooftop. When David falls to death, his body disintegrates into 1,000 clay pieces. He was a golem all along. Juan Gonzalez and Nando Martinez's latest collaboration is an unpredictable sci-fi comedy that feels parts telenovela, parts sketch comedy, all subverted by original offbeat humor and wacky world building. Okay, so it's shot at 16mm, that's always fun, and co-starring superstars Luis Tosar from Miami Vice and Javier Pontes from Wreck. The Fantastic Golem Affairs is a colorful creation dismantling the facades of everyday life. Neato. Yeah, I mean, 16mm is a win. Learn how to fall in love with my worst neighbor. So, Sun Jin moves into a shabby new flat, seeking one last chance to fulfill his dream of breaking into the tough world of pop music. However, two details soon derail him. Firstly, the walls are made of cardboard. Secondly, his neighbor, Rennie, an agoraphobic character designer, is determined to eliminate any noise. A war of attrition begins with no face-to-face negotiations possible. A reinterpretation of Clovis Cordelic's film Un peu beaucoup aveuglement. Lee Woo-chul's My Worst Neighbor stars K-pop superstar Yan Sun-hoon of the group Kara and actor Lee Ji-hoon as two thoroughly endearing, charismatic neighbors. Look at these guys. I want to beat them all up. A ferocious reminder that the past can be prologue. Rascals. Set during the rise of the skinhead movement that swept through Paris in the 1980s. Yeah, Rascals is a searing portrait of a generation caught up in rising fascism. A dark coming-of-age story like This Is England or La Haine, carried by an iconic period soundtrack. Director co-writer Jimmy Laporal Tresser has crafted a masterful debut, one of the most impactful features of the year, never overemphasizing violence but focusing brilliantly on its ramifications. The protagonists, superbly acted by a cast that include Musum Soleimani, Jonathan Felter, Angelina Worth, and Victor Mutilet, are each witness to circumstances that reach far beyond them. Rascals could not be more topical or affecting. So, at first I just read Wong Kar-wai when I was going through this before, and I just thought it was a new Wong Kar-wai movie. And I got excited, but it's a student film with shades of Wong Kar-wai, The Moon, Sky, and You. In Hey Yo Ling's debut feature, The Moon, Sky, and You, high school lovers fight against a hitman organization made for the Hong Kong Polytechnic University. The Moon, Sky, and You announces a new voice for genre cinema. An electric experimentation that takes advantage of the full range of cinematic potential, the film balances ironic apathy with painful sincerity as it captures the fleeting innocence of youth. The film features a fillet of fish eating goldfish, a homemade carousel, and blood-speckled schoolgirls. They'll be kinky. World premiere. A hallucinatory vision of hell! Pandemonium. Winner of Fantasia's Jury Prize for Best International Short for A Nearly Perfect Blue Sky, celebrated writer-director Quarks returns to the festival with the stunning new feature Pandemonium, drawn on themes found in Dante's Inferno and Milton's Paradise Lost. The film is a multi-textured existential fantasy topped with signature notes of visceral horror, disturbing fairy tale, wry comedy, and thrills. Exploring the many phases of death, suicide, murder, illness, accident, Quarks dives deep into the notion of sin without redemption and the frailty of the human condition through the waking nightmare of one confused traveler who refuses to abandon all hope as he enters the gates of hell. Oh. What? So, I'm reading this, but I can't believe it. Vinegar Syndrome's debut production melts retinas with 8 eyes. So yeah, they're making crazy cash money. And Vinegar Syndrome. They sell so many discs and merch and stuff. So now they're making a movie, and I just can't believe this. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check later if it's gonna play while I'm there. Anyways, at the breaking point of their dysfunctional marriage, Cass and Gav take a trip through Serbia. After meeting a mysterious local, St. Peter, who eagerly offers to be their guide, the couple embark on an impromptu sightseeing expedition that soon takes a series of sinister turns. The inaugural production from beloved restoration label Vinegar Syndrome, co-produced with the team behind Shutter's The Last Drive-In with Joe Bob Briggs, not The Funeral Home, and shot on 16mm with the mind-bending cinematography, 8 Eyes shocks hard. Director co-writer Austin Jennings' feature debut channels the spirit of exploitation cinema past to construct a film that is as ghoulish as it is captivating, featuring an original score by Marco de Youth. Have I heard them? I should. I don't know. I don't remember. I just can't believe Vinegar Syndrome is doing this. I mean, it makes sense, though. I think Shout Factory produced a movie. I know they did produce at least one movie. I mean, these people make a lot of documentaries and, touch a lot of directors. I feel like, it would be cool if Severin would do that, or Arrow, or whatever. But here we go, Vinegar Syndrome entering a new arena. And I'm all for it. Akira Toriyama's manga Sandland returns as an anime feature film. It's a pretty cool shot. It's pretty dope. Best known for the world-renowned Dragon Ball, celebrated manga creator Akira Toriyama's many other works include the mini-epic Sandland, a demon-infested post-apocalypse screwball romp published in 2000, portrayed a mysterious world where water is the most precious resource. Sounds like Dune, kind of. It follows Satan's son, Beelzebub, and his comrades on a desperate dangerous quest. That's pretty cool. Toriyama's countless fans can rejoice because now, a quarter century later, an anime adaptation has further rekindled Sandland's appeal. It's pretty cool, man. Fantasia's crowd can take particular pleasure in this news because the director is the talented Toshiyashi Yokoshima, a deft master of CG animation, whose short film Co-Colors won a Satoshi Kon Award at the festival in 2017. Oh yeah, so I reacted to this one. I'm very excited, even though I haven't seen any of the other movies, or I might have seen the second one. I don't remember. But this is played at the New York Asian Film Festival too, so I reacted to it during my stream on their second wave. Their second wave, Fantasia's third wave. We got White Storm 3, Heaven or Hell. Bullets and Drugs Collide, and Herman Howe's White Storm 3, Heaven or Hell. Lock and load for this explosive action extravaganza, standalone sequel. Oh, well, that's helpful. With all new characters directed by a true master of exploitation cinema, by Herman Howe, who did The Legend is Born, Ip Man, Untold Story. Huh. I don't know that Ip Man movie, The Legend is Born. Ip Man. Oh, I think we did the Ip Man stream, and I think I saw that, but I haven't seen that movie. Now I definitely want to see it. Heck, and Untold Story, which I love, but his best movie is Ebola Syndrome. Yeah, directed, produced, and photographed over 100 films, many of which are classics, that shaped Hong Kong cinema, starring 3 Hong Kong legends, including Johnny To regulars Louis Koo from Drug War, cool movie, and Lau Chin Wang from last year's Detective vs. Sleuths. Right, I remember that coming. Canadian premiere, right. No. Okay. Satanic Panic, Video Doorbells, and Cringiest Flavors of Star Wars, a trio of documentaries from The Edge. The call is coming from inside the house in Home Invasion. Made in bed during the pandemic by playful experimentalist Graham Arnfield, Home Invasion is one of the most chilling cinematic experiences of the year. A nightmarish essay film doubling as an experiential horror film framed through an oppressive people. This genre-defined documentary takes the viewer from the invention of the doorbell to the arrival of Amazon's ghoulish ring, showing how the history intertwines with film technology, horror cinema, and labor struggles. Composed from a mix of archival, patent illustrations, domestic security footage, and classic film clips from Hitchcock to Haneke, Home Invasion asks what happens to when our homes and dreams have been invaded. Oh, this is very interesting. Sounds like a cool documentary. It sounds like I don't remember what it's called, but it was like a documentary I saw this year in class, all about LA shot in movies, and just like all these clips going on forever. And so, yeah, there's just looking at the doorbell and now the dystopia that we are entering with the hostile Amazon takeover of our everythings. So, Satan Wants You. I interviewed these guys, the 2 directors. This film played at South by Southwest. So if you go to my South by Southwest playlist, you can see this, like literally this image is like a thumbnail. Obviously, I do my thing with it, but yeah, it's cool. So it's great that there's another film, actually, at least one other film here that I'm going to announce today that I've seen as well and did an interview through, but we'll get to that when we do. In 1980, a book entitled Michelle Remembers, Rock Pop Culture, written by Michelle Smith and her psychiatrist Larry Pazder. This account reveals Michelle's suppressed memories of satanic ritual abuse at the hands of her parents. And Satan Wants You, which debuted at South by Southwest 2023. Directors Sean Horler and Steve J. Adams interview key witnesses of Michelle's ordeal to delve into the reasons why this book is seen as the catalyst for the satanic panic phenomenon. Oh, cool. So our screening will include a special Q&A with Fantasia's 2002 Canadian Trailblazer Award, Kayla Janess, in conversation with the filmmakers. Her book, Satanic Panic, Pop Culture, Paranoia in the 1980s, will also be available. Okay, so I didn't know that she had a book on that. That's very cool. And, Kayla Janess, I've interviewed her 3 times. Big fan. We're big fans here at the channel. We being just me. So yeah, that's really great. That's really great. What is this? The stranger than fiction story behind a terrible Star Wars holiday special of the service of the Force. Okay. There's no doubt that we're living in the golden age of television. 45 years ago, however, we were most decidedly not. And the proof lies in the Star Wars holiday special, a 2-hour monstrosity that has been named the worst Star Wars ever. Jeremy Kuhn and Steve Kozak's exhaustively researched and wildly entertaining at the service of the Force interviews everyone from the show's creators and the crew to superfans including Weird Al Yankovic, Seth Green, and Kevin Smith. Of course, Seth Green and Kevin Smith are in it. And of course Weird Al's in it too, what am I saying? Revealing the absurd circumstances that led to the 70s variety style show turned out as disastrously as it did. Yeah, I've seen this piece of crap twice. Once just regularly, then once with riff tracks. With a riff track with some friends getting absolutely hammered. Yeah, it's classic. My favorite bit is the 10-hour Wookiee conversation with Chewbacca and his family where there is no translation. And it's not even like... You can't even read their body language either. It's just a bunch of grunting for 10 minutes. Pretty unbelievable. And also, for you, the Mandalorian fans out there, in Season 3, we saw the Mythosaur. If you watch this... the Star Wars Holiday Special, you will see the Mythosaur in animated form. And Boba Fett rides it. Classic additions to Fantasia's 2023 South Korean Spotlight. So yeah. Finished my coffee. Alright, celebrating 60 years of diplomatic relations between Canada and the Republic of Korea, in collaboration with Korean Cultural Center Canada and the Cinémathèque Québécoise, Fantasia adds exemplary masterpieces to the retrospective. We got Permanent Candy as powerful now as ever. Lee Chang-dong's 1999 novelistic breakthrough takes us through 7 key chapters of a man's unraveling life and a country's history. Drinking less? Excuse me. Billboard painters Chilsu and Mendu take on a big job and reckon with a change in society in this historical landmark for South Korean cinema, released in 1988. Excuse me. Sorry, that didn't quite go down very well. Io Island. An executive travels to a mysterious matriarchal island to investigate a death and clear his name in his 1977 folk horror masterpiece from the director of The Housemaid. That sounds very Fantasia. Also screened in the series are Take Care of My Cats and A Good Lawyer's Wife and The President's Last Spain. Additional third-wave titles. The Abandoned. A grieving detective and her Tyro partner seek justice for a mysterious series of murders whose tragic fates could be connected to an illegal migrant worker ring. From first-time director Sin Ying-ting, official selection of Rotterdam International Film Festival, Singapore Film Festival, and Udine Far East Festival. Baby Assassins 2. Love it. I wonder what Tulsi Gabbard would say about this. Having, because she got some like kids like not, it wasn't direction. What is it? It's like something about sexualizing kids. She got off Netflix. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about though. I just read Baby Assassins. I don't know. Bad joke. Okay, great. Have the gun-toting Gaimons Mihiro and Shisato finally met their match? I doubt it. Keeping the action concoction. Baby Assassins returns for round 2. Birth Rebirth. Have I heard of that? Okay. A single mother and a childless morgue technician are bound together by their relationship with a little girl they have reanimated from the dead. A brilliant, provocative film that reimagines Mary Shelley's Frankenstein with such a contemporary understanding that it becomes something new and singular. I played it Sunday. It's okay. But I might have got an email about it. I don't know. The child. So, you guys know I have a pretty awesome relationship with both of USA, and I know they are putting this one out on Blu-ray, but it would be cool to see it on the big screen. So a mixed race boxer finds himself hunted by multiple assassins. An insane action film with a comic book flavor fit for a wild crowd. Yeah, it looks like fun, huh? Flaming Cloud, cursed by mischievous deities. With a sleep-inducing kiss, Sengu sets out on a journey to find a cure and his long-lost love in Liao Ci's debut feature, an distinctive, whimsical, and romantic fantasy. Hundreds of Beavers! This has to be Canadian. A zany and anarchic homage to the silent film era pits a drunken Applejack salesman against hundreds of beavers. An endlessly inventive freakout from the makers of the 2019 Fantasia Audience Award-winning Lake Michigan Monster. Comparisons from Tex Avery to William Castle, as the film's relentless pace captures the style of filmmaking lost in our modern era. Winner of a slew of awards at the festival circuits. So it's a Canadian premiere. Maybe it's not Canadian. I don't know. Mad Cats. So yeah, I interviewed this director, Riki Suno. And this movie played at Slamdance. It says right there. Official selection Slamdance 2023. So that was part of my Slamdance coverage. Anyways, a mysterious message containing clues to his missing brothers' whereabouts sends Taka on a quest that leads him to a gain of warrior woman with extraordinary feline abilities. Another one for a family member, like I said, who happens to adore kitty cats. Oh my god. Same thing twice. Miss Shampoo! Apprentice hairdresser Fed and triad boss Tai strike an unlikely romance in Mon Monsters. Director Ginko's zany genre hybrid. So it was the opening film of the Taipei Film Festival. A festival in Taiwan. Onyx the Fortuitous and the Talesman of Souls. YouTube's popular Weird Satanist guy. Comes to the big screen. Weird Satanist guy. What a YouTube name! As the amateur occultist Onyx and his four companions tangle with the villainous Bartok. Jeffrey Combs! Oh! A delirious Saturday morning cartoon comes to life. PF. Struggling Foley artist Eva grows a horsetail in the pursuit of the perfect equine sound in this kinky genre, bending Fantasia, shot at 16mm, and it was at the Locarno Film Festival last year. Locarno's happening soon this year. It is a festival in Switzerland. Raging Grace, an undocumented Filipina caregiver, desperate to provide for herself and her daughter Grace, discovers a dark secret hidden by her wealthy employer. A gripping film that compassionately addresses real-life horrors billed as a coming-of-rage thriller. My goodness. Coming-of-rage? That still sounds like coming-of-age to me. Winner of a 2023 South by Southwest Grand Jury Award. Canadian premiere. Aha, right on. So, I did a stream about this movie. Reviewed it. Talked about some Jackie Chan Blu-rays. And I love Right On. I don't think... looking at the schedule, I don't know if I could... if it plays while I'm there, but whatever. An ancient stuntman with his beloved horse are called back for one last ride in the film business that once made him a superstar. With 100 films under his belt, Jackie Chan is in top form, shining like a true artist as he has for 50 years. Right On is an affectionate love letter to Chan's fans and the dying art of crazy stunts and action. For my practical effects people, Skin Deep, an intimate body swap sci-fi drama that excuse easy laughs for genuine feelings, featuring a cast which balances a rainbow of roles. Winner of Queer Lion at the 2022 Venice Film Festival. Xavier Dolan from Montreal doesn't like those awards that highlights the sexuality of filmmakers. He refuses the canned version of it, and that. What do you think about that? Is he crazy? Sometimes I think about dying. Well, you shouldn't. I thought that was Daisy Ridley. It's Daisy Ridley. An isolated... so, Fran, played by Daisy Ridley, who played Ray Palpatine, a.k.a. Skywalker, in the Star Wars sequel trilogy, An isolated office drone strikes up an uneasy friendship with a new co-worker. A dark, moving drama about stepping out of one's shell, and powerful tale of resilience and connection built around the hardest topics. Around the hardest of topics. And I played at Sundance. But that's heavy duty, Daisy. It's not like Star Wars at all. The Sparring Partner. A sensational double homicide dominated the news in Hong Kong during 2013. A motley crew of jurors must decide the fate of the accused without any outside influence. First-time director Ho Chuk-to's gripping and stylish drama has already won an avalanche of awards and acclaim. Alright. An eclectic mix of restorations and archival prints. Yes! It'll illuminate Fantasia's 2023 retro lineup. This is my favorite stuff. I love seeing old movies of Fantasia. I gotta see at least one. A village in Czechoslovakia is thrown into chaos following the arrival of a traveling circus whose star attraction, a magic cat with sunglasses, exposes the hypocritical townspeople true colors after his shades are tipped. This luminous, enchanting cornerstone of the Czech New Wave will be presented in a North American premiere of a new 4K restoration by the Czech National Archive, courtesy of Janus Films. Or as my buddy of mine used to call them, Anus Films. A Chinese ghost story, so I think I'll be able to see this one. This is probably going to be the one. Oh my god. The ultimate cult classic from producer Sue Hark. So, I am a Sue Hark fan. I just got the Once Upon a Time in China Criterion box set in early May. And I've watched there's 6 movies in there. I've watched them all twice. Lots of fun. I'd seen the first 3 before. So I've seen 3 of them 3 times. And then the other 3 twice. Anyways. So this is a cult classic from him and an award-winning action director, Ching Soo-chun, who did Shaolin Soccer. Guys, Shaolin Soccer is hysterical. Who's the freaking guy? I think we're going to read about him later. Stephen Chow! There's another Stephen Chow movie coming, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So a Chinese ghost story rejuvenated the swordplay fantasy genre with fresh excitement and an over-the-top style, spawning 2 sequels and countless imitations. Think Evil Dead meets Wuxia with humor, a tragic love story, a rap song, eye-popping effects, kinky undertones, and exhilarated action. Archival 35mm print. This is my kind of vibe, man. Oh, right. Yeah, they talk about this. They talk about this series on the Blu-rays for Once Upon a Time in China, because they talk everything about Sue Hark. They mentioned like every movie he did. Of note, right? All right, what's this? East End Hustle. I don't know this one. An ex-prostitute rescues one of her pimp's new recruits, beginning a deadly rivalry. An undersea but very worthwhile Quebec exploitation gem, co-scripted and co-starring Alan Boyle, with whom director Frank Vital previously made the classic Montreal, Maine, with a cast that includes Andre Pelletier and Anne-Marie Provencher. So it's a world premiere of new 4K restoration by Canadian International Pictures. So Canadian International Pictures is also a sister company, or whatever you want to say. It's a partner label on Vinegar Syndrome, and they don't really do like cut exploitation stuff that you might think of. They don't do stuff like Things or Beyond the Seventh Door or Jesus Christ Vampire Hunter. They do down and dirty movies, but that are kind of a little bit more classy. And that's a really interesting light to present Canada through. So, I mean, I would see this if I could. I don't know if it's going to work. We'll go through the schedule soon enough. Oh, ha! This I know I can't see. I want to see it, though. But I can't see it. It's too bad, huh? Emmanuel in America by Joe D'Amato. Ugh. I wish I could be there. Fearless investigative photojournalist, Emmanuel, played by the irreplaceable Laura Gemser, goes undercover to expose the depraved sex lives of both the elite, perhaps the most notorious entry in the Black Emmanuel series, with one outrageous sequence after another. It's also the most ambitious. One of several co-written by real-life journalist Maria Piafusco. Theatrical version, newly restored by Severin Films, preceded by a special screening of Kayla Janess's new documentary short, The Reluctant Icon, a tribute to Laura Gemser. So the movie starts like midnight, so that's like, to play like a documentary afterwards might sound crazy to you, but I believe it's for a Blu-ray, so it's just like 20 minutes long. Evil Judgments. Oh, so cool. A sex worker launches her own investigation after the police fail to learn the identity of a local serial killer. Existing partway between slasher and crime film, Evil Judgment takes to the grimy streets of 80s Montreal, diving headfirst to a stranglehold of the mob as well as corruption within the justice system. Co-starring Nanette Workman, and it's a world premiere of Video Syndrome's new 4K restoration. Yes, this is what it is. Got a Cookery, another Stephen Chow, but he directed this one. A wildly over-the-top classic in which cooking collides with comedy and kung fu, starred and directed by a true king of comedy award winner, Stephen Chow of Kung Fu Hustle fame and Shaolin Soccer fame. Don't forget Shaolin Soccer. It's played at the festival. And it's in a 35mm print. That's so cool. Once again, having looked at the schedule, by memory, if it serves me correct, says that I will not be present, and that's a bummer, because it would be great to see a 35mm print of this. That being said, I was able to see this through a New York Asian Film Festival Winter Showcase. So I can totally vouch for this movie. If you go and you like wacky and you like Chinese movies and you know what's going on, you will have a great time. My Heart is an Eternal Rose from Hong Kong. Lovers separated by criminal conflicts will reunite many years later, but things get complicated when bullets and loyalty are involved in the restored Hong Kong New Wave classic. Directed by Patrick Tam, the mentor and recurring editor of Wong Kar-wai, and beautifully lensed by Christopher Doyle, with a visually striking film noir look. Sounds very cool. North American premiere of Miha's 2K restoration, courtesy of Candy releasing. I don't know these people behind us, but I like me some 80s Hong Kong movies, and that'd be, I'm sure, a fun time. Okay, we got a Japanimation over here. Ramahana, The Legend of Prince Rama. It's an Indian and Japanese co-production. Lost for 30 years, the anime adaptation of the Hindu epic, arguably the most wild and thrilling of all the world's ancient tales of wonder, returns to the silver screen at last. This Japanese-Indian co-production is a cinematic sensation of myth, music, monsters, and mighty heroes. Okay. Doomed America, the films of the Orban family. Oh my god. Is it a documentary? A sermon? A hallucination? A jaw-dropping double bill of outrageous, shocking, and surreal religious films made for the 70s church circuit by Nashville Mother's Father-Son trio June Ron and Tim Ormond for Baptist Mississippi preacher Estes Perkle, If Footmen Tire You, What Will Horses Do, and The Burning Hell. Every hour, at least 3,000 people go to hell until it's Perkle, one of the Ormond's family's best-known films filled with gritty demons and charcoal sinners. These strange, wonderful examples of outsider filmmaking have been restored by NWR. So that's Nicholas by. So it's by NWR. So it's by Nicholas Winding Refn, the director of such films as The Neon Demon, Drive, Only God Forgives, the Pusher trilogy. Really cool guy. And Cinema Preservation Alliance to coincide with the publication of forensic biographer Jimmy McDonough's awe-inspiring tome of the extraordinary lives and work of the Orban family, The Exotic Ones. And that was put out by Fat Press and by NWR. McDonough will introduce the pair of films in addition to selling and signing copies of his unbelievable new book after the screening. Yeah, again, I'm not going to be there. Really sad. It would be very cool. Very, very, very cool to see him. To scoop a book, get it signed, get a picture, all that stuff. To see him talk about this topic, which I know he's been certainly working on this book for a very long time. I haven't read any of his stuff. I know he wrote a book on Andy Milligan, great sleaze filmmaker, and Neil Young, and Russ Meyer, right? Like, I know. I highly doubt I would be unsatisfied by one of his books. And Kayla Janess, is a huge fan of him. She says, he's a great writer and all that stuff. So, yeah, it'd be fun. Definitely, if you can, try to check this one out. And it would go in nicely with the whole... If you can see this and Satan wants you to sort of contextualize everything, that would be cool. So what else we got here? Sawtooth Kaleidoscope, a journey to the heart of Robin Albert's spirits. The best way to measure the evolution of an artist is to go back to their earliest works. The festival is proud to share 2 cornerstones of Ravenous, director Robin Albert's early filmmaking. Susie, a short that has only been screened as part of the Regard sur la Court Festival in Sagani and at Prince Saku à la Bouquet, will show at the Monument National. The 65-minute Cadillac Clown presents itself as a choral film. Dark, surreal, and humorous, it's a perfect UFO, showing that Albert has always been original, idiosyncratic, and unpredictable filmmaker. And he will attend the event to speak on his work. That's very cool. Very cool indeed. The dark fantasy worlds of Yoraz Hers, in collaboration with Le Cinémathèque Québécois. Fantasia is proud to be presenting restorations of 4 extraordinary dark fantasy works from the great Slovak filmmaker Yoraz Hers. One of the most unique and subversive voices to come out of the Czech New Wave. Beauty and the Beast. These sound cool, man. For the Czech Republic in 1978, a merchant's youngest daughter is held prisoner by a mysterious wood beast. For this perverse retelling of the original fairy tale, Yoraz Hers puts his own gothic stamp on Beauty and the Beast. Oh, and Severin's putting this out. So they have a little box set coming out from him. Yeah, the other one's from Severin too. So this is Morgiana, a deliciously dark tale about female revenge and sibling rivalry, packed full of gaslighting, uncanny doubles, black cats, and sly humor, adding a psychedelic gothic twist to his filmic adaptation of Alexander Grin's novel. Hers proves why he was the Czechoslovakian master of dark fantasy horror. Oh wow, that's such a cool picture, right? I just want to dwell. Anyways. Sorry, I'm losing my voice. I'm getting a little tired. The student must rescue a princess from the castle of an evil magician who's prepared an elixir from the soul hearts of 9 children. Laced with aspects of folk horror, vampirism, and surreal fairy tales, this film's dark fantasy components are further enhanced by quirky contraptions and gorgeous set pieces crafted by the director's longtime friends and collaborations. The married couple director. I know this guy, Jan Svank-Masher, and surrealist artist Eva Svank-Masher. So another 2K restoration from Severin, and yeah, Jan's the man. We got another one. A mysterious car runs out blood instead of fuel in this satiric consumerism, a potent piece of anti-automobile propaganda, perhaps the purest horror experience that Hers produced. It comes from Severin. Other retro titles: The Bitter Ash, Gabrielle, Sweet Substitute, She Who Must Burn, and When Tomorrow Dies. However, we got the bulk of them in this announcement, and they are the ones that I'm typically the most jazzed for. Special events. Alright. Okay. In addition to the previously announced All-Star Haunted Reels book launch and live read, Fantasia is proud to reveal the following array of exciting special events that will be presented free of charge. Lucky. So Charles Band, legendary, in celebration of the Primevals world premiere at the festival after decades of completion. Fantasia will be presenting a special artist talk with American independent producer and director Charles Band. With 50 years in the business and over 300 feature films under his belt, Band has done it all. From forming the first independent home video distribution company in North America in 1978, Meta, later Media Home Entertainment, creating Atari 2,600 game versions of horror classics. I didn't know that. That's funny. Founding Empire Pictures, which produces as many as 12 theatrical features a year. Among some of the biggest cult hits of the 80s, including Ghoulies, Troll, and perhaps most significantly, Stuart Gordon's Reanimator from Beyond and Robot Jocks. And Reanimator, of course, yeah. He pioneered, and God, Stuart Gordon, rest in peace, man. Somebody who used to love Fantasia. He pioneered the independent direct-to-video feature with the formation of Full Moon Entertainment, and with it the creation of Puppet Master. The one with the Fabio Frizzi score from a few years ago, really cool. That's from 2018, which has gone to become the most successful direct-to-video film series of all time. That's funny. I believe it too. There's so many of them. He continues to make films under its banner to this day, and moderated by writer and journalist Michael Gingold, who is a dude who I see around at these events. At Fantasia, at TIFF. He does it. Artist Talk Workshop events. Discover by Maiwa Denki. Visit any variety store or musical instrument shop in Japan, and it's likely that you'll find a rack devoted to a novelty toy synthesizer with the appearance of a cartoon eighth note called the Automaton. It's the best note of the many creations of Maiwa Denki, a Tokyo-based company that democratizes creativity while legitimizing silly fun as a noble pursuit. Not only is Fantasia presenting the world premiere of Automaton, series of video vignettes using media and animatronics to bring the Automaton and its associated noisemakers to life, the festival is welcoming Maya Denki's co-founder, inventor, musician, artist, and entrepreneur Nov Meshi Tosa for Discover Maiwa Denki, a special free artist talk workshop event /workshop. That's really cool. Hands on, man. An introduction to Maiwa Denki's history and accounts with its most popular products in action, an unveiling of the Automaton series, and a chance to purchase Maiwa Denki items rarely seen in North America. Alright. So artist talk to Jimmy McDonough. We were talking about him earlier. And there's such a thing as a gold standard of exploitation cinema historians. Jimmy McDonough would be it. I gotta interview this guy. His landmark 2001 Andy Milligan biography, The Ghastly Ones, I didn't realize it was that old, distinguished him as a writer whose work excelled not merely in... not merely in recounting... Who is this? 1 second. Hello? Oh my god. Man, I'm getting scammed these days. So discussion was a writer whose work not only excelled merely in recounting the life and career of a one-of-a-kind filmmaker. I agree, not everyone agrees with that, but yeah. Or maybe one-of-a-kind in like a terrible way. But the era in which he lived and thrived. Subsequent biographies of Neil Young, Russ Meyer, Tammy Wynette, and Al Green. Right, that's an Al Green book. Once again, showcases unique understanding of these great artists. And now, on the eve of the publication of what promises to be his most absorbing book to date, The Exotic Ones, Fantasia is proud to present Jimmy McDonough live on stage to discuss both an extraordinary career and perhaps his most fascinating subject matter yet, the Orban family. The notorious Nashville father-son trio who cranked out a wild bunch of movies, from Lash LaRue westerns and a stripper gore musical. Oh my god. To a string of extreme Baptist extravaganzas. A limited number of books will be available for sale and signing. Moderated by author and journalist Ralph Elowani. Artist Talk, Larry Kent. Join us for a special artist talk with the legendary Larry Kent, Canada's first underground feature filmmaker, presented as part of our celebration of the groundbreaking director as this year's recipient of Fantasia's Canadian Trailblazer Award. Cited by David Cronenberg as a heroic figure, Larry Kent made films so ahead of their time, to quote Adam McGowan, who I got to interview. Not Cronenberg yet, though, but hey, it's not over, he's still alive. That many eventually fell out of local circulation. His career is a window into nearly every foundational aspect of Canadian independent cinema. His work across 6 decades has given him many lifetimes of adventures. He is a man with a multitude of stories that shed light on the people and events that shaped much of what we know today as Canadian independent film. Moderated by writer and professor David Douglas, creator of the Pioneers in Independent Canadian Cinema projects. Career Masterclass, Roadkill Superstars. RKSS, the initialism for Roadkill Superstars, is an internationally beloved filmmaking trio consisting of Canadian film directors Francois Simard, Anouk Wissel, and Johan Carl Wissel. The trio's third feature, We Are Zombies, will have its world premiere as the closing night of Fantasia this year. Presented by Frontiers, this masterclass will guide the audience through the career of these exciting Quebec filmmakers, moderated by Screen Anarchy's Andrew Mack. Or Mock. Cool. And Frontiers is like this thing that Fantasia does. They do pitches, funding, da-da-da-da-da. So then they have Frontier stuff at the festival too, but I know they over to Cannes. And yeah, it's cool. Panel discussion: BIPOC features in Canadian genre film. Representation of BIPOC filmmakers in Canadian genre film is growing, with films like Blood Quantum by the late Jeff Barnaby. Cool movie. We watched some Jeff Barnaby stuff in my contemporary Quebec cinema class, or what was it? Or it could have been the Canadian one. I don't remember. And then Night Raiders by Dennis Goulet. I got to interview Dennis about Night Raiders, which is an excellent film. And No Ghosts at the Morgue by Quebec-based Marilyn Cook, plus many others. But what steps did they take to bring their projects to reality? Join us for a co-presentation by BIPOC TV and Film and Fantasia, where you'll hear from French and English BIPOC panelists discussing the landscape of Canadian genre filmmaking for BIPOC creators and how they're changing the narrative one film at a time. Yeah, moderated by Rita Lahomd, lead coordinator for Higher BIPOC, Embauché Diversité and BIPOC TV and Film, and Caroline Morissette, director of Fantasia's Canadian section Septentron Shadows. Okay. Something that would be interesting for everyone, because this is BIPOC Futures in Canadian genre film. I do believe we're going to get more Blood Quantums and Night Raiders, but obviously, you can't just do what's been done before. We have to kind of navigate a future where we're gonna have a lot of emphasis on that and what's that gonna look like, and it sounds like a good panel. Anyways, I don't know what the hell they're gonna say. Terror in the Alien Realms, transdimensional horror movie posters and their film reviews, book launch events. All right. Driven by profound nostalgia for roaming video rental stores and being captivated by VHS box artwork, filmmaker and sculptor Pat Tremblay created a series of horror movie posters with the assistance of AI, then invited an array of genre talents to write imaginary reviews for them. The result is Terror in the Alien Realms, transdimensional horror movie posters and their film reviews, featuring reviews by Stephen R. Bissett, Vincenzo Natali, Jennifer Reeder, Jay Baruchel, oh my god, Karib Hussein, Joel Potorikis, Buddy Giovanzi, Rodney Asher, Ted Geoghegan, Alan Jones, Gigi Saul Guerrero, Simon Romley, Tim Lucas, George Buttigieg, Denison Romalo, Miguel Lanzo, Steve DeJournette, Mike Mendez, and many more. So, yeah, Tim Lucas has been on the channel. It was on the radio show that did the channel. And Ted Geoghegan is a publicist I've worked with in the past. And some of these names are obviously Buddy Giovanzi, I know from the Comet Shack and other movies. And then Karib Hussein is I see his name written around. Alan Jones, I saw him at the bar at the Fantasia party. That's a true story. That was cool. I didn't say hi to him. We made eye contact, but no highs. Okay. Juries and competitions. Fantasia is pleased to announce the juries and competition titles of our 27th edition. We don't need to go through all this. That's these people. Man, I'm running out of steam. I'm not reading all these names. No way, Jose. The 27th edition of the Fantasia International Film Festival is presented by Videotron in collaboration with Desjardins, and it's made possible thanks to the financial contributions of the City of Montreal, the Council d'Art de Montreal, the Government of Quebec, SODEC, Telefilm Canada, and Tourism Montreal. So, we've done that. It took me an hour to get through all this. It was a lot of information. I think the first one was like 45 minutes and the second one was like half an hour. There was certainly more stuff in here. I know AG Power. Sorry, see, new Fletch competition for best feature film. Where? Okay. So what are the jury? Man, I want to get a jury like this. Cool. So things I'm looking forward to. The Jamie McDonough thing would be incredible. I'd be so down for that. All these Czech movies sound cool because it's Severin and I trust them. And Dark Fantasy is cool. And, the Czech New Wave is just screwy. It's very trippy. So yeah, I would love to see Jimmy McDonough introduce these Orban family movies. This one would be cool. So it looks pretty cool. God of Cookery is classic. Evil Judgment sounds awesome. Heartbroken that I won't be around for this. Emmanuel in America. East End Hustle sounds very, very cool. I can't wait to hopefully see this. Chinese Ghost Story. Is it 35? Yes, 35 millimeter. Yeah. We're going to go through the schedule soon, but still, let's go through everything. What else am I excited for? Really hyped for. Everything looks great, but, come on. So, I highly recommend this. I've already seen it. Sort of liking this image, so I'm gonna say boom, boom, boom. Madcats is cool. They've got the post twice. What else? The Child. Definitely want to see that. Maybe we'll get a screener. I don't know. What else do we have here? What else do we have? This could probably be a good time. This is Chris Christopherson. Sounds old. It's a good documentary. I gave this a very high, very high score on Letterboxd. I gave it 4.5 stars out of 5. So yeah, I say by it. This does sound like a very cool documentary too. Home Invasion. Gotta see this with Storm 3, Heaven or Hell. I like that it's an isolated story that I'll be able to follow it. Harmon Howe is the shit. Yeah, the Vinegar Syndrome movie sounds cool. Sounds very cool. 8 Eyes. What else? What else? The Phantom does sound pretty cool, actually. It sounds like it has potential. I'm not sure it'll be amazing, but the write-up definitely has me interested. Yeah, and then here we go. Can't wait to see Nick Cage for the 3rd time out. Absolutely be there. 100% going to be there for that. Alright, so we did all that. That took 70 minutes. Let's look at the schedule now. So, Thursday, July 20th. I would like to see this. This it's North America premiere. I believe it's played already in Europe. And it sounds pretty cool. I'm going to try to make this my first screening of the festival. I'm going to watch a Fantasia movie right after this stream, actually. My first one, but that's the one I want to see in person first. So, and then of these two, oh my god, I want to go for this. Oh, it's one night only, too. I have to. The Herman Howe. Night 1. Hold on. So, okay. I gotta go to the bar afterwards, man. Last year, I went to the bar right after the first movie. I wanna drop in at like midnight. You don't understand, my Airbnb is so close to Fantasia. It's gonna be nothing at all. And I think Arkebuck Bar is open until 3. I'm not sure. I don't really remember. But let's say I get an interview with Larry that I'm not going to see that what I want to see, but this plays later, but I won't be there. Blackout. Oh yeah. This one, I mean, they're both looking awesome at 9:45. They're both looking cool. But what's this one? What's the one I'm just saying? No, I'm skipping out on it. Okay. Is it a horror movie? What is this? I'll read this later. We're just looking here. What does this say? Drama, thriller, fantasy. Okay. Is that a horror? I want something tough the first day, something kind of hard, you know? Do a Canadian movie, do a Chinese movie. But it might be Canadian than American. Oh my god, we're going to find out. Or, I can maybe get a screener of the Herman Howe movie to the New York Asian Film Festival. We will see. And then, okay, so we can see this the next day. Maybe we'll watch a trailer. If you go to the YouTube channel for Fantasia, they put all their trailers there. And it's really helpful. Fantasia Freestyle. So, okay, these are short films. Okay. You know, it's good to support upcoming artists. You got shorts. Return of the Street Fighter. Is it a print? What is this? I love this movie. I have it on Blu-ray. And I've seen it a bunch of times. But if it's a print, maybe I'll go. I'm going to have to look at previous announcements because this seems to say here. You know, we did lose Sonny Chiba. It would be cool to see one of his movies on the big screen. You know, respect. The Roundup. We said the first one, being my buddy, last year. Now they're getting the sequel. It's propaganda, though. I don't know. I don't know. This is not a top priority. I would rather see Return of the Street Fighter, or you know, we'll just kind of see what's happening, man. Apocalypse Clown's playing a festive opening. So yeah, I'm just going through more short films. Okay. I'm just going through the dates I'm going to be there. There's no way in hell I'm going through every day here. I will be there on opening day, July 20th, and then I will leave on the 25th. And then I might pop in for a day trip or something after that. I don't know when, though. That I do not know. Vincent must die. Okay. But why must he die? But why? So we had a short before that, too. It's played at Cannes. That's cool. Anything else? No. So last screenings, 9:30, 9:45. Then everyone goes to the bar, huh? In my mother's skin. Played at Sundance, the midnight section. It's got some good ones. Rotterdam's a good one. Of esteem. Okay. What's going on Saturday? Yeah, what's this? This one caught my eye. Ah, so I thought it was kind of a little bit older, 2005. And it takes place in 1979. My goodness. That's something to consider. This looks like a little too much for me. He's like an Ant-Man. This looks a little too superhero-y for me. I don't know. We'll see. I like the look of the other one more, but I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, this looks like some kid stuff. I'm not even clicking on that. Yes, a Chinese ghost story. So this stuff's at 1 p.m. Oh, that's early. Let's make the first screening of the day at 2. If I can. So cool. Looks fantastic. So it doesn't say that it's played on 35mm, but we just read that. Yes, presented in beautiful 35mm. We gotta go back. We gotta find out. We gotta resolve things, man. With Return of the Street Fighter. Let's go to that right up. Does it say at the bottom? Oh, so someone will be there who worked at this movie. Claude Gagnon. I'm just trying to skip this. Oh, so he gets beat up by Sonny Chiba. I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Now that's got... I mean, I still don't know if it's a 35. I don't think it is, but that's something. Alright, now Sunday. Take care of my cat. You know... I don't know about that. It's a comedy. It's a drama. I don't know. This seems too like Earthbound for me. I need something crazy in Fantasia. Fantasia is such a great festival. I might just skip stuff till 3. Wapakana. Okay. So you got 21. This is Shadowfields. Okay. Sandland. The Primevals. This one did look pretty cool. This is something to look forward to. some weird shit. That's some weird shit. That's what I crave. Thus. Talk to me. Grace. Set the music. Oh, yeah. Gotta see Teresa Sutherland's movie. Who is on this channel? I have interviewed her for her movie, The Wind. It was 2019, not 2021. But whatever. Cool. Written and directed by Teresa Sutherland. This is something I want to see very much. Very much so. I don't think I'll be there for any midnight movies. This is what it looks like to me. As memory serves. Okay, now the 24th, my last full day in the city. So we saw that. Read about this. The Fantastic Golden Affairs. Stay online. Oh yeah, I think they. This is the Russian one. No. This is something else. Yeah, Ukrainian war stuff. Now we're getting controversial. Probably Street Fighter. The Bitter Ash. Ooh. I can see a Larry Kent movie. Will he introduce it? Will he introduce it? The first fully self-financed independent feature made in Canada. Okay. Ooh. TIFF 1984 and 2012. Well, it'd be cool if he introduced it. I'd like to see one of his movies. I'm excited that there is an opportunity. Restore points. And Booger! Be able to see Booger. Ooh. Czech, though. They got all the Czech movies playing. And then, oh no! I will be available. Wait. We missed something. Wait. Yeah, Sympathy for the Devil, man. The Nick Cage events. I forget. Did we say this? This is when Nick Cage is going to be there. This is exciting. This is such a must. Must. And then... Okay, we did everything. I got one more day to cover. Yeah. I went with the skin. Basically, that's the only movie I can see. Because I had to leave like 6. I can't see this stuff. I can't see Doomed America. It's too bad. But, such is life. Anyways, this stream has been going on for so long, and I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted of talking and hearing my own thoughts, and then having them vomit out his words. It's been fun, though. It's been fun. I hope to see you at Fantasia Fest. Peace out, guys.